Welcome to another Pun to Playmaker tutorial. It's about 30 minutes long, not bad. A good portion of it is just setting up the UI. In the description, I've included links that you can click on to jump ahead in the video to the part where we start actually doing the logic. But yeah, there's like a good 8-10 minutes just building the UI scoreboard. But the big piece here to do what we're trying to do in this is I'm showing you right here. This is the action that you want to store anything from points a player has, kills, deaths, even items they're carrying. And that's the pun set player custom property. So maybe that's all you need from this video. Go check that out and you can do what you need to do. Otherwise, stick around and see how we turn our capture the flag demo and keep track of a single player's score on a separate scoreboard.
We're back with another Pun 2 tutorial. Rico, this is going out to you, commented, hey, how would we do a scoreboard that kept track of individual scores? Fair enough. Let's give it a shot. Hopefully my mic's okay. This headset's been kind of going wonky. I do have a nice blue snowball, but it's kind of big and gets in my way, so not going to deal with that. All right, so here we are in our scene. If you remember right, okay, that can go away. If you remember right, all we have it doing is instantiating the player. Here's my player. Woo! Run over here and grab the flag. Run back. Oh, my mic just fell. Stay there, Mike. And we come over here and flags return. Red team scores. Jose! Jose! Huzzah! Hooray! I combined the two. All right, so what we want to do is we want a menu board for players. So we're going to start with a canvas for sure, right? So let's create a new canvas. We're going to call this Scoreboard. And let's put a panel on it. And I'm going to make my panel, get rid of this source image. And let's make it solid. Seriously, Snowball Mike. I know I'm not using you, but you can still stay still. All right, so there's our scoreboard. All right, maybe we don't want it solid. We can go like that. And rather than stretch it to fill the canvas, let's center it. Okay, let's also make sure that I'm going to call this scoreboard canvas, or I'll forget that's what it is. Let's also make sure that our canvas scaler is with screen size. And I'm going to do my reference as, what is my project at anyways? I'm at 1024 by 768 for some reason, so I guess we'll do that. So 1024, 768. Not sure why I chose that, but there we go. And now I'll go to my panel. Now I'm centered. If you don't center it, it's stretched. You're not going to have a width and a height. So now I can just bring that in a bit. I don't know, let's do like that. Go like this. And then in the panel, we're going to do a text mesh. I can't remember if I did text meshes before. Am I using text message? Text meshes. Let's see. Debug pun, region label. Yes, I am. Okay. So we'll keep going with text meshes. So on my panel, UI, text mesh pro. And we're just going to call this scoreboard title. And let's lock it to the top. And we're going to center it. And just to keep it centered, I'm going to stretch it. So like if we go into scene, switch to 2D, and focus on this canvas, and look at the scoreboard title, you can see it's filling the panel there. All right, back to the game. Let's make this black. And position Y, just a little bit down. Okay, and we're going to call this scoreboard. And ooh, one of my favorite things, we get to do a layout group. So let's, I don't know, let's create another panel. Not on the title though, that's silly. Let's do another panel, and we're going to call this group panel. And I don't want to stretch it, I want to center it. And let's make the color, I don't know, blue. Okay, and let's go like that, and let's go like that. actually want it to be here, so I'm going to adjust my height. What just happened? Adjust my height. Go back up here. There we go, and maybe bring my width in a bit. All right, cool. So that's gonna be my group panel. Let's duplicate this scoreboard title and let's call this one red team. And we'll duplicate that and we'll call this one blue team. Grab them both, center them. Oh, let's call this one blue team. And let's move these to like here. And then we could do a layout group on these, but I'm being lazy. So I'm just gonna go like that. And then I'm gonna move red team over here. And let's just move both of these down. Okay. And let's go back to this group panel and let's adjust the height. Let's move it down. I haven't really thought this one through yet. All right, so now in this group panel, let's add a grid layout group. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to regret this, but not just doing 2 vertical layout groups. I'm doing it. All right, we're switching this. So we're going to call this, put this here, and I'm going to make this a vertical layout group. And instead of blue, well, I could just duplicate that. Duplicate, put you in blue. All right, and this one, instead of blue, we're going to make you red. And let's cut the width in half. Divided by 2. Fantastic. And this one, we're going to come in here and go divide by 2. And let's move this group panel over here onto the red team. And let's move this one over here onto the blue team. Again, I could be doing a better job here. And if I used a layout group on those, they would look a little better. But I'm just going to eyeball these for now. And let's move you. Oh, darn it. Let's unparent those. Let's move the red team to there. And let's move the blue team to here. And let's put group panel, red group panel, blue group panel. All right, so what we need in this red group panel in our vertical layout group is we need some text. And rather than having a bunch of different layout groups, I think I'm going to be using build strings for this. I think this is going to be the easiest thing. So I'm just going to go UI Text Mesh Pro, and I'm going to make it black. And I'm going to make the font size less. I'm also going to stretch this. Why did that happen? Because it's a vertical layout group. All right, it won't let me stretch it probably. Yeah. So I'm going to get my group panel width, which is this. And I want my text to be the same width. Great. And on my text, let's also center it in my text thing. And extra settings, let's give it a little left margin of 10. Great. So I have all this text, and I go bloop. Let's not do that. Let's go back here to red group panel. Let's not child force expand anything. And so now if I go bloop, 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 not bad. It's a little bit too spaced for me, but we're going to live with it. Yeah, so we're going to call this player scoreboard. And I could make these prefabs, but let's just say there won't be more than 4 people per team. So let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Copy those. Blue team panel and paste. Drop them into the blue group panel. And blue group panel, don't do that stuff. Cool. All right. So that is where our, am I recording? Good. That is where our scores are going to go. It's not going to be super pretty, but it'll still work. So let's turn them all off. What did I just do? Undo. You're gone. You're gone. Let's put some logic on our canvas. Add FSM. Key down. Make it the tab key, because that just seems right. Tab. Control click. And then we're going to activate game object. Oh, it's the owner. That's what we're going to activate. That ain't going to work. We do that. All right, we're going to activate the panel. Let's give it a name, scoreboard panel. We're going to activate specify game object scoreboard panel. We're going to activate it. And then copy that, paste it here, and we're just going to reset it on exit. Boom. So if we come in here, scoreboard panel, go like that, play the game. All right, there's my little guy. Press tab. There's a scoreboard. Press tab again. Scoreboard's gone. Press tab again. Scoreboard's back. Press tab again. Scoreboard's gone. All right, so we got some logic on our scoreboard there. And when we score, something needs to happen. It's been so long since I did this tutorial. How did we do that? How did we figure out if we were scoring? Red flag. Okay, so what happens is trigger event on player enter, we capture who done it. Okay, we're checking the team. So here we're going to score. So we're going to go to Photon View RPC broadcast event blue scores. This is gonna oh, this is gonna be so fun. It's so funny reviewing projects after too much time goes by. So when the flag gets scored, we also need to find out who did it. So before we leave this, what we're going to do is we know who done it. We're getting the game object that did it. We want to know the player properties, their nickname. Who Nick? Okay.
All right, Philip here. As you can see, I just added a little piece to this Photon View Get Owner Properties, and I saved the nickname as Who Nick. In about a minute or two, I'm going to copy this everything I made a change to here on red flag. I'm going to move over to blue flag, but I'm going to forget this step. So I'm going to try to figure out what I broke, and ultimately, that's it. I just forgot to switch. I forgot to add to save the nickname as Who Nick. So to save yourself some time, once you move this over to blue flag, keep in mind we got to go to the whodunit state and change on the Photon View Get Owner Properties action, set a variable for the nickname as Who Nick. That'll save you some time and you don't have to struggle with it like I did.
So we know who did it. And so when blue scores, we also want to string right. We're going to get string right. The string of who Nick, and we just want the rightmost character. And this is going to tell us player. This is going to be the player integer, because all the players' names are red 1, red 2, red 3, red 4. Blue 1, blue 2, blue 3, blue 4, right? If we go back to this thing, set red team is red 1. And then all these are going to be everyone after that. All right, so red flag. All right, so we're just going to find out what player they are. And then I'm going to take that player int, subtract 1. So int add. There's so many better ways to do this. Oh no, it's a string. Can we convert? Dang it. Let's convert string to int. So we're going to convert the, I should have named it player int, but player int to real player int. Okay. And so now we're going to take the real player int and we're going to add -1. And the reason to subtract it is because we're now going to get a child of the scoreboard canvas so we can activate it and set its text. And the first child is not child 1, it's child 0. So we need to subtract 1 so that we're lined up properly. All right, my dog's barking upstairs. Not sure if that's coming on the mic, so sorry about that. All right, so we get that, and then we want to activate game object. We don't know what to activate yet. We want to get child number. Let's lock this so we don't leave it. Let's expand this. We want child of, because if blue's scoring, we want to get the child of the blue group panel. So specify game object of blue group panel. And we want child of real player int. And we're going to store this as player scoreboard. Okay, we want to activate specified game object player scoreboard, because I mean maybe you already have it always activated. I could have done it a different way. We're going to activate it. And then we want to set, we need to set another custom player property. Okay, so we'll go back up here. I just want to look at the action. All right, unlock. Go back up here. Set player custom property. Let's go back to red flag. Let's go back here. Let's paste actions. So I want to set the player custom property of not the local player, but by nickname. And the nickname is whoNick. And the custom property we want to set is score, type as int. I wonder if this will work if we haven't already set it. So we're going to set it as, we need to get it. We're going to need to get it first. Upon get player custom, I can do photon view get owner properties. Okay, so that's what I'll have to do. All right, so I'm going to do photon view get owner properties. Get owner of what game object? We're going to specify the game object, and it's the one who. Okay, the one who done it from up here, who done it, whoever collided with the flag. So we are getting that person's custom property. We have one custom property we want to get, and that property is their score, and the type is an int, and we're going to store this value as old score. So we're going to get this. Let's maximize this. All right. Get owner properties, old score. Then we want to int add. We want to add to the old score 1. And then we want to set, well, old score is now old score. I mean, it'd probably be better to do int operator, I guess, just to make it cleaner to look at, but we wouldn't really have to. But so rather than int add, let's do int operator and do old score add 1, and we're going to call this new score. Just that way, I guess it'll be easier to track when we're debugging. And then we want to set the player's custom property of score to new score. All right. So we know what the player's score is. So now we need to display it on, I don't know, on the scoreboard somehow. This is going to be pretty ugly. You can figure out ways to clean it up, but it's going to look ugly on the board. So now we need to build string. And we're going to, let's say 3. Let's do Nick. Element 1 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then element 3 is going to be convert to new score. Not do anything there. We're going to set this as player name and score. And now we're going to set text mesh pro UGUI text. And what text are we doing? This one, player scoreboard. No. Did we get the child of it yet? Get child of, oh, okay, and we're naming it player scoreboard. Yeah. So we are setting player scoreboard to player name and score. All right. Should that do it? Let's try. But I did it to the red flag. Dang it! I gotta do it to the blue flag too. Oh no. Okay, so blue flag, red scores. Okay, next frame event, broadcast event. So
Quick reminder here, go to the whodunit state and save the nickname as whonick. Otherwise, this isn't going to work.
let's come here, get all that, copy all that, right? Blue flag, red scores, paste actions before. All right, so we're going to get the string from the right of who the nick is. Okay. We're going to convert that string to an int. That's the real player int. And we're going to add -1. That's going to give us the child number of the red group panel that we want to get. Right? And then we're going to activate that. And then we're going to get the photon view get owner properties of who took the flag. And we're going to get their old score. And then we're going to add 1 to it and save it as new score. And then we're going to reset the player custom property of score to new score. We're going to build the string. And then we're going to set text mesh pro. I think it should work. Hit play. My neck hurts. There's my dude. Run. You got it. All right, we can look at our FSM. Blue flag. All right, we've captured it. Okay. All right, nothing's on the scoreboard right now. Boom. We've scored.
So it may work. Okay, if this worked for you, great. You're done. Well done. What you're going to see me do is, even though it's probably not what was causing any issues, I'm going to show you a different way you can handle the canvas, because sometimes you don't want items to get inactivated. for one reason or another. So what you can do as a little trick is you can move it away from the camera. So what you're going to see now is rather than deactivating the canvas on tab or deactivating the panel on tab, instead we're just going to move it off camera. That way I know that the items are always active. But again, you might already be golden because you went ahead and switched the whodunit state and added that nickname, whonick. But if you're still having issues and it doesn't work, it might be because the canvas is getting the panel on the canvas is getting deactivated. But I've seen it before. You can still set variables on objects that aren't activated. But hopefully it worked for you. But if not, keep watching.
Why show on Scoreboard? All right, red group panel, child index, real player int. It didn't find anything there? There is no child index 0? Is it because it wasn't activated yet? It should still be able to get the child even if it's not active. All right, let's see. Let's just activate it. I mean, the whole board's not active, so I don't see why. It should still work. See, it's active now because I activated it. Okay, hide it. We've scored. Yeah, it's not doing it. Okay, so get string right of whonick because it's red player 1. Sure. Made it 0. Okay. And so the first child should be 0. Where'd it go? Get child number. I'm pretty sure there's comments in here to confirm. 0 to get the first child. Yeah. Okay, so that should work. So let's do this instead. Let's make this active at all times. But, and just for fun, we're going to keep that inactive. And let's take the scoreboard canvas. It's a canvas so that we can't change that, but this we can. So we can make this like minus 100. Let's just go minus 1,000. Minus 1,000. Okay, and so now on the scoreboard canvas, we press tab. We're not going to activate it. We're going to do rect transform anchored something or other. Rect transform set anchor rect position. I'm not sure what the difference are between these. The position normalizer not as parent rect transform. I'm pretty sure these are the same thing. Rect transform set anchored position. And we're going to do 0, 0, 0. And then there's no reset on that, so we're going to bring this back over here. Paste actions before, and we're going to set this to minus 1,000. Play. And you have to use the rect transform set anchored position to actually move UI elements properly, especially if they're anchored UI elements. You can't just do set position, it doesn't work. So if I press tab, problem is we use the owner. We don't want the owner. We want it to be scoreboard panel and scoreboard panel and let's see. I mean, really, this would probably be better if I had the scoreboard, all the logic on the scoreboard. So whenever I could just activate it, and it would have an FSM that would go find all those values that we saved as custom properties. But there, the scoreboard's visible now. All right, so let's. But it's still, notice it's not deactivated. Okay, so it's just hidden. All right, like if we go over here to scene view, it's just way down here. But the rest of the scene is like, no, here's the scene, and then here's our panel that we moved down. So it's just hidden. So it's still active, just out of the camera. So now if we go here, tab, it still doesn't have it. All right, So let's activate this first child. And let's just try again. Okay, child's activated. Running, 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 running. Boom. Nothing. All right. Gonna have to spend some time on this. All right. So I had a headache. Took a shower. Still have a headache, neck ache. But I took my laptop upstairs so I can work on it. I think I found something that's causing the issue. So let's come back over here to this guy. No. Blue flag. So we're having an issue. So we're trying to get string right, who Nick. And so we're getting the owner of who. But, oh, and this one also, that's our other issue. I wonder if I did it in red flag too. That's probably the issue on this one. I wonder if that's all it was. It wasn't even what I was looking at. So we're storing the nickname here, but on blue flag, we forgot like you're in here helping me. I'd love it. That'd be great. But yeah, I can only have myself to blame here. So let's save who Nick there. That's going to crack me up if that's all it was. That's not even what I turned on my computer to show you a different solution. But that might actually be the main solution right there. All right, here we go. Boom. All right, so who done it? Red one did, and who Nick? Red one. Sweet. So boot do 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 do. Sorry, we scored. Hey! Yes! All my logic was fine! Just forgot. Whenever I copied the FSM over to, yeah, so here we have red one, scored one.
Thanks for tuning into this video. Another longer one, but worth it hopefully. A lot of the stuff I did in this tutorial I probably wouldn't do on, especially if I was collaborating with somebody or like a real project. Could have done things a lot better, but the main piece here that people are wanting to know is how can I set individual player score? And so this is what you're going to do. Well, not there, over here. Okay, the pun set player custom property. You can set as many custom properties as you want. So this would be how in a single match you can keep track of players' kills, deaths, scores, currency, whatever you want. Just create a custom property here. So this is the key action for that. If you have any other questions about Pun 2 tutorials, comment on this video and I'll try to knock them out. If you have any other Playmaker tutorials you're interested in, comment on this video and I'll try to knock them out. Until next time, I'm Philip. I can't wait to see what y'all come up with.